Right now, the United States is getting hit by an intense out-of-a-pattern deep freeze, heavy snow, dangerous wind, and brutal temperatures, and even Washington, D.C., with White House covered in snow. This system has been affecting major areas across the country, with impacts felt from the Midwest to the Northeast. Cities like New York, Chicago, Boston, Detroit, Minneapolis, and DC have all seen major disruptions. In New York, officials declared a state of emergency days before the peak, preparing for the worst: snow, ice, and extreme cold. And in some places, what's really raising alarms isn't just the temperature, it's the wind chill. Warning are pushing close to minus 45. At that level, frostbite can happen in minutes. And this isn't just winter vibes. When cold hits this hard, it triggers real damage. Flight cancellations, power issues, road closures, and major economic losses. These events don't just slow people down. They stress infrastructure, disrupt supply chains, and cost billions. Now, here's the part most coverage skips or explains the wrong way. This isn't happening because the polar vortex suddenly appeared. The polar vortex has existed for a very long time. It's basically a huge circulation of extremely cold air spinning around the North Pole, and for long periods, it stays relatively contained. The real issue is what happens when that system becomes less stable. When the jet stream weakens or gets more wavy, it can open the door for Arctic air to spill south, pushing that extreme cold into places like the United States. So, the vortex didn't show up. It's behaving differently, and that change is what makes the cold feel so sudden, intense, and out of a pattern. And what's interesting is, this doesn't always show up in only one place. In recent days, parts of Russia also saw extreme snowfall and unusually heavy accumulation, which raises a bigger question about whether the northern hemisphere circulation patterns are getting more unstable. And that brings us to the big question. So, is the planet warming or cooling? Events like this feel contradictory, and that's exactly why people argue about them. Could global warming be destabilizing long-standing systems like the polar vortex, making weather more extreme, both hot and cold? Or, as some people believe, is global warming overhyped and we're actually heading toward a colder phase? Maybe even the early signs of a new ice age. Either way, one thing is clear: the atmosphere is doing things that they don't feel normal anymore. Breeze, the future is closer than you think.